Hello, and welcome to the mandated reporter training for the Watertown City School District. Who are mandated reporters? New York State recognizes that certain professionals are specially equipped to perform the important role of mandated reporter of child abuse or maltreatment. Those professionals include school officials, including but not limited to teachers, guidance counselors, psychologists, social workers, nurses, administrators, or other school personnel required to hold a teaching or administrative license or certificate. And this also includes full or part-time compensated school employees required to hold a temporary coaching license or professional coaching certificate. Who am I mandated to report? Mandated reporters are required to report suspected child abuse or maltreatment when they are presented with a reasonable cause to suspect child abuse or maltreatment in a situation where a child, parent, or other person legally responsible for the child is before the mandated reporter when the mandated reporter is acting in his or her official or professional capacity. Reasonable cause to suspect. Reasonable cause to suspect child abuse or maltreatment means that, based on your rational observations, professional training, and experience, you have a suspicion that the parent or other person legally responsible for a child is responsible for harming that child or placing that child in imminent danger of harm. Your suspicion can be as simple as distrusting an explanation for an injury. What is abuse? Abuse encompasses the most serious injuries and/or risk of serious injuries to children by their caregivers. An abused child is one whose parent or other person legally responsible for his or her care inflicts serious physical injury upon the child, creates a substantial risk of serious physical injury, or commits a sex offense against the child. Abuse also includes situations where a parent or other person legally responsible knowingly allows someone else to inflict such harm on a child. What is maltreatment and neglect? A child's physical, mental, or emotional condition has been impaired or placed in imminent danger of impairment by the failure of the child's parent or other person legally responsible to exercise a minimum degree of care by failing to provide sufficient food, clothing, shelter, or education. And the Watertown City School District does have protocols on educational neglect in the realms of areas such as tardiness and absenteeism. And if you have questions regarding this, please contact your building administrator and/or director. Failing to provide proper supervision, guardianship, or medical care, and this refers to all medical issues, including dental, optometric, or surgical care, or inflicting excessive corporal punishment, abandoning the child, or misusing alcohol or other drugs to the extent that the child was placed in imminent danger. Poverty or other financial inability to provide the above is not maltreatment. What are the signs of abuse? Injuries to the eyes or both sides of the head or body, frequent injuries of any kind, passive, withdrawn, or emotionless behavior, fear of going home or fear of parents, expressing age-inappropriate knowledge of sexual relations, sexual victimization of other children, obvious malnourishment, listlessness, or fatigue, stealing or begging for food, lack of personal care, such as poor personal hygiene, torn and/or dirty clothes, untreated need for glasses, dental care, or other medical attention, frequent absence from or tardiness to school, and the child inappropriately left unattended or without supervision. Now, what do I do if I suspect a student is being abused? Number one, you should immediately report your concerns to the building principal and/or director, and work with the principal and director to complete the report of suspected child abuse or maltreatment form. This is form LDSS-221A. And this is available. Your building principal can assist you with accessing this form and filling it out. And then what do I do next if I suspect a student is being abused? Well, you call the mandated reporter hotline with the principal, director, or his or her designee present. And the phone number for New York State for the mandated reporter hotline is 1-800-635-1522. And the principal or director should file the report of suspected child abuse or maltreatment form in a folder, not within the student's permanent record folder. What happens after I make that report? Well, when a report is registered at the SCR, the local Department of Social Services is immediately notified for investigation and follow-up, and a local CPS caseworker will initiate an investigation within 24 hours. And CPS intervention consists of an evaluation of the child and other children in the home and the development of a plan to meet the needs of the child and the family. If there is an immediate threat to the child's life or health, CPS may remove the child from the home. And within 60 days of initiating the investigation, CPS will determine whether the report is indicated or unfounded. And mandated reporters may ask to be informed of the outcome of the report as well. What protections do I have as a mandated reporter? The Social Services Law provides confidentiality for mandated reporters and all sources of child abuse and maltreatment. If a mandated reporter makes a report with earnest concern for the welfare of a child, he or she is immune from any criminal or civil liability that might result. This is referred to as making a report in good faith. So in conclusion, protecting children and preventing child abuse and maltreatment does not begin or end with reporting. Efforts to prevent child abuse and maltreatment can only be effective when mandated reporters and other concerned citizens work together to improve the safety net in their communities. And the New York State Office of Family Services provides a wealth of information on their website. And if you do have additional questions regarding child abuse reporting, please contact your building principal. Thank you.